Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hana Dash, and this is the RC how-to playlist. Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace your existing plastic servo gears in your Traxxas 110 models with metal Savox servo gears. Stripping out your servo gears is not as uncommon as you may think. This can happen from a hard landing or something as simple as putting your servo horn on. So the Traxxas waterproof servos that come in most 1/10 scale models have plastic gears in them that can strip very easily. So Traxxas came up with the idea that if you do this, you can spend about $45 buying new plastic servo gears. But I'm going to show you a great hop-up that is inexpensive, fairly simple, and could be a long-term solution.
Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be replacing the original plastic gears in the Traxxas model with the Savox Zero, part number SGSC0251. Okay, so we're going to first start out by taking the steering servo out. Start with the bottom of the car and unhook the horn from the servo itself. Then flip the car over and unscrew all 4 screws that are holding it in place. If you know how to do this, go ahead and skip ahead to about 1 minute and 39 seconds. Also, keep all your screws in one place. Okay, now that you got all your screws out, make sure you just take the top off the radio tray itself too. Once the top's off, carefully maneuver the wire out of the radio tray. Okay, once you removed your steering servo, the next thing you need to do is actually remove all the screws on the inside of it, which has 8 screws total, 4 on the bottom and 4 on the top. Okay, once you have your top off, make sure you don't lose the ring that goes on the inside of the servo box. That keeps everything clean from dirt and grime. Also, it's a good idea to take a picture of the gears, that way you have some point of reference later. Okay, this next part is pretty straightforward actually. Make sure that you take all the gears out in sequence and put them on the side and don't lose anything. Also, it's a good idea that if you do this, make sure you change all the gears, not just 1 or 2. Okay, so what I'm doing here is actually using the old grease that was in the servo and rubbing it on all the new servo gears. Okay, now that you successfully used all the grease that was pre-existing in the servo box, now it's time to reassemble the entire thing using the new gears. It's a good idea to use the white one flat first, and then use the bigger gear, and then use the smaller gear like I just did right there, and then put the one in the center. Okay, now that you put all the gears back in the correct order, make sure you put your top on, and then put all your screws in, but use them diagonally and put equal pressure on all 4 corners. Okay, now that you put your servo back together completely, make sure you gather up all the extra pieces that came out of it before, so it might save you a trip to the RC store, or if you're out bashing, you can bring it with you and fix it on the fly. Okay, to make sure your steering servo is working correctly, take the top off and hook it up to your radio tray and move the controller left or right to make sure that the gears are spinning properly. Then turn your power off and put the top on. Okay, so this is the radio tray, and where I'm pointing at is exactly where you hooked your servo into your radio tray so it works properly. Okay, now that you have it hooked up, lead your wire through the box and being careful not to nick anything or pull anything else out. Okay, so this video is almost over. This is the second to last step, is screw everything back in properly, of course, and making sure also that you use equal pressure on all the screws. Making sure also that you do not strip your screws because, as you know, RC screws strip very, very easily. Okay, so the very last step is to actually hook up your servo to the servo horn. Make sure you have them on straight. If you don't, make sure you also zero out your steering rate and then twist that nut in the middle tether on straight. So I just showed you a very inexpensive way to replace your gears that'll last a lot longer and be less expensive than buying a whole new servo set. So hopefully this works for you. It taught you everything you need to know to get back on that track fast. If you have any questions or would like to see more videos on a different subject, don't hesitate to leave me a comment down below and I'll do my best to make a video. Please don't forget to subscribe as well. And I have my Facebook page and my Google Plus that you should follow me on both of those for the latest updates. So I'd like to tell everyone also to enable notifications.
If you'd like to leave any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the section down below. Also, if you'd like to see more of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. Also, I greatly appreciate it if you do watch my videos to please hit that like button as well. If you'd like to contact me, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.